Oh,
Yeah.
she knew.
I knew. I was
looking at her and she's like,
All right, resolution 87. This is a continuation from our last meeting. Council Garvis had some questions about it. Did you get your questions resolved?
Yeah, I did some research. I've talked to Councilor Ventura about it. I don't need to beat a dead horse on the bill, or the ordinance, so I'm good. I've got some info.
What did you learn about? Because you said that you were pretty sure that it wasn't going to apply to a lot of trucks because a lot of trucks aren't 6-axle.
Correct.
So is it not going to apply to a lot of trucks?
I believe that's an accurate statement. I also have talked to a couple of people, some in ODOT, who say that those weight limits are already legal in Ohio on our normal roads. So all this would do is add it to the highways. But and it's not at 91,000. I think our state limit is 80. Does that sound right?
It fluctuates
Based on
depending.
the
Yeah, it
truck.
actually exceeds that.
Right.
Um,
And in the turnpike, I think it's up to 90.
If not higher, yeah.
And, you know, I promised Councilor Ventura I wasn't going to campaign against this in work session, so please don't take this as that. Something I read right before I came here is that the 6-axle trucks actually have an additional set of brakes, and they apparently stop even faster than the 5-axle trucks, which I didn't even know that. But, I mean, I'm not going to try to convince anybody to vote anyway on it.
Well, we want info if
Right.
we have info.
Yep.
Because I'm no expert in this arena, so it's good to. Mr. Ventura, do you have anything more to add?
No, nothing additional, just that it does have to do with the interstate highway system, and it is still my contention that more weight and higher speeds make for more destruction, okay? And the majority of those accidents in those corridors are very destructive. I don't see the need to add additional weight to that on in our 271 480 corridor, the turnpike, which lets out here in the Nordonia Hills area. I just don't agree with that. And for those of you that didn't see the thread, Congresswoman Sykes did put it out on the congressional floor at the Transportation Caucus.
Have anything else to say on this one? They're voting on this soon, right before our next meeting?
No, it's,
It hasn't moved since May 23rd out of the subcommittee.
It hasn't even made it through one side of Congress yet.
All right, so
And-
can we wait one more?
We can, sure.
Because I'd like for all of us to be able to vote on this.
and my contention is we're probably not going to change anything.
Right.
If that goes out on the floor, the governor is in favor of it. If it goes out on the floor, I just feel that voices ought to be heard that have concern. And that's all this would do is passing this resolution would just let it known if that's the way Macedonia government feels, our voices are heard.
Okay. Sounds good. I still want to keep it at 2.
That's
Just
fine.
so Ms. Tully has a chance to vote on it too, since all of our voices will be in there. All right, let's go on to 88. This is the yearly tax levy certification. Mr. Veras?
Housekeeping, and the rates are exactly the same as last year.
All right, let's do this 1, 2, 3 so we can get this
Yeah, we need to
paperwork
get it
done.
up to
Is
the-
Mrs. Tully going to be here?
No, she won't be here.
Okay, then you're going to have to reassign that.
They've all been reassigned.
Okay.
We'll go over them. Let's see, the first one is Vinny and Jeff. Second one is me and Vinny. 89 is Dave and Jeff. 90 is Jeff and Vinny. 91 is me and Dave. And adjournment is Vinny and Dave. Sorry about that.
No, that's...
I didn't realize you printed out your own copy.
Yeah, I always do that. Okay.
All right, next is the paving of 82, the small bit of 82, Mr. Gelati.
Yes, so this is an item that has very little effect on Macedonia and no cost to Macedonia, but technically we do need to pass this piece of legislation. So ODOT next year is planning to pave Route 82, starting at Route 8 and heading west. Somewhere deep into Sagamore Hills, they'll go, I don't even know how far. Very small parts of the job is in Macedonia, from Route 8 to about Aldi, give or take. So they do need our standard consent legislation to allow them to do the project, and like I say, no cost to Macedonia. 1, 2, 3, please.
Is everyone okay with that?
I don't know, it's a big road.
I know it's a big ask.
I don't know, I think my driveway might be longer.
Do we know if it's gonna be night work or not yet, or?
That I don't know.
Okay, still, okay.
Yeah, they have done night work in that area in years past, so it could be as you go further west, you kind of hit some residential areas, so.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just with the commons entrance there, it's gonna be a nightmare.
All right, 90, relative to the employee benefits. Mark, do you want to talk about this, or Mayor, do you want to talk about this? Or Chiefs, do you want to, or Annette, anyone?
I can kick it off at least. So the ordinance currently reflects non-union employee benefits, really stipends for police and fire, whether full-time or part-time. This would expand it out to include some service stipends, and we're actually just looking for a first reading here because in speaking with HR, we're looking to bring a couple other past practices in and codify it. So we're just, there's gonna be some additions basically.
All right, so we'll just go first reading on that. And then finally, the big bucks, 91, the HVAC at the rec center. Director Chaddock, do you want to talk about this?
Sure, this is just some pocket change. Nothing big here.
Gave me a migraine.
So back in 2021, we started the journey for this particular project to replace all the HVAC units, less the one that was put in 2019 for the new locker rooms. So this would be to replace the other 6. They are original to the building, so now they're approaching 24 years old. It's been long overdue for replacement already. We've had a lot of maintenance issues with them over the last several years. 2021 is when we had some pretty major work done, and that summer we started talking about the replacement of these units, and working with JB, he was able to set us up a capital improvement plan for the next several years to start putting money away for this project, knowing it was going to be rather large. In the initial onset, during that time, we knew it was going to approach about $1 million, and that was in 2021, of course. Then supply chain issues started to happen during that summer, and then as we progressed into 2022, we had some pretty big issues again, and we had a lot more research going on to engineer this properly for our particular building. One of the issues that was with the aquatics area, trying to get the appropriate coverage to have dehumidification, plus the ability to cool the room down, because by state standards, you have to maintain the room at a certain temperature while also keeping the humidity levels low. Unfortunately, in the original attempts we made, we were not able to find the right units through some state cooperative purchasing agreements we were looking for. And then in the end of 2022 into spring of 2023, we were able to work with another state co-op group. And we actually met with them 3 different times and just didn't feel it was going in the right direction. Again, still issues with the aquatics units. So that became one of the sticking points. Finally led us to this final company, part of a state co-op with Omnia Partners. This was Walter Solutions. We brought them in and found the appropriate dehumidification units to be able to manage the pool correctly. They actually have switched the tonnage of each of the units to add 3 units to the pool instead of 2. So we're getting an upgraded pool system with this particular purchase, heading just over $1.4 million for the project. This group has been really good to work with, really focused on engineering this project to fit our building and what we use, not just the pool, but the fitness areas for as well. They also, some things that other co-ops weren't giving was the ability to have some upgraded systems, both the pool area and getting into the controllers. We need some rewiring done because a previous maintenance person actually cut out wiring that exists in our current system. So we have to get some rewiring done, plus new temperature panels in each of the rooms. And then we're also going to have computer access with this system, so we can actually control all the temperatures from our computers, and we can set room temperatures so that way, for instance, right now the fitness room runs 68 to 69 degrees year-round, 24/7. There's no need for that. So this would give us the controls to be able to be more efficient with our building and provide cost savings over the time. So we're really excited about this particular purchase. However, if we don't jump on it right now, we're going to lose it, and it's going to go up. So that's the big thing now, why we're
Oh yeah, there's some
Right,
HVAC
there's-
regulations changing in 2024, right?
Correct.
So,
Yeah, so-
because I was actually shopping for a furnace myself, and they told me the same thing. They're like,
Mhm.
if you don't get it this year, you're gonna be adding like 10% of your costs for
Yep.
next year.
And we will be on a 6 to 8 month build out for this. The aquatics units will be specially built for our facility, which is awesome. And they're able to get those going immediately. So that's the good news. They've already checked with all their providers. And this is also why we pre-planned to have no shutdown for this year. And we will do a 2-week shutdown next year for installation of everything.
Does anyone have any questions about this project?
I didn't bring the ordinance with me. What's the dollar amount? 1.4.
The key that, I don't think I heard you say it, but our systems fail.
Right.
Yeah.
This is not like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just
We're not just doing
upgraded
it for the
because it's
front.
cool,
The
it's
old system
computerized.
never really had good maintenance, right? That was
Correct.
an issue I remember hearing way early in the project.
For like the last decade, we haven't had good maintenance on this
Yeah.
unit, and then once I got here in 2020, we identified we didn't have good maintenance. So we did what we could with these old units that are currently in place. These units, I mean, they're in emergency mode, literally right now. In fact, the pool went out 2 weeks ago, and the pool unit right now, they had to rebuild one of the motors for it because they can't even find one. So the company that came out rebuilt one, so we're just dumping money into these to keep them on life support, and they won't make it through another summer. So we need this project, 6 to 8 month window, so we're looking at a March, April, or May install, pending if they get anything earlier, but we're probably looking at April, May install.
Mr. Rivers, was this already in our budget?
I was gonna, wait till you guys were done talking and explain how we're gonna pay for this.
Okay, go.
So if you remember the local fiscal recovery, the American Recovery Rescue Act, we received roughly 1.2 million over 2 years. We've used roughly 200,000 for units here and repairs there. So that's $1 million of the $1.4 million rounding, and 400,000 is in next year's plan capital.
Have you been putting money away for
Yeah,
this
since 22.
before we got that?
No.
No, so you've always planned on using that money
Well,
towards this
we were
project?
gonna put money away, and then 2022 happened.
Okay.
And we knew we were gonna get the same amount in 2023.
Gotcha.
So we earmarked that for both buildings, HVAC improvements.
And then Jason, you had explained to me too that they're not looking for a ton up front either. We're paying cash for this, we're not gonna be, taking out a loan for it. And they're not asking for a lot until the project is completed, right? So
Correct.
2024 will actually have that money
Yeah.
in, yeah.
Yep.
Any other questions on this one?
No questions, but just so that I work through Omnia all the time, and you're not gonna find a better price.
Oh, good.
Guaranteed.
It's good
Good to hear, Dave.
Thank you.
All right, let's do this 1, 2, 3 so we can get on their schedule if this passes and be ready to go and have some heating and cooling over there and dehumidifying. We'll be doing executive session at the end of the meeting. Everyone's welcome to take off at the end of the meeting if you want, and then we'll come back out and we will adjourn afterwards. And we'll have new seating going on up there too, so keep an eye out. Some folks may be in different places. All right, thank you everyone. We'll see you on the floor.
Bitch,
November 14th council meeting. It is 7:30 PM. Will Mr. Hoover please call the roll?
Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Now I ask American Legion Chaplain Tom O'Brien to lead us in the invocation and the pledge.
Your Honor, members of our City Commission and fellow residents, we gather here this evening with gratitude and a shared commitment to the betterment of our community. As we convene, let us take a moment to reflect on the values that unite us and the aspirations that drive us forward. May this meeting be guided by wisdom, compassion, and a dedication to the common good. Let us remember that, in the diverse voices and perspectives, our shared vision for a thriving, inclusive, and harmonious city is what unites us in purpose. In this moment of reflection, let us acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and sacrifices of all those who contribute to the well-being of our city, from our elected officials to our city employees, volunteers, and residents. May we approach the challenges and opportunities before us with an open heart, a willingness to listen, and a commitment to finding common ground. Together, we can make decisions that will shape the future of our city for a better, leaving a legacy of progress and unity for generations to come. Let us proceed with this meeting in the spirit of collaboration, understanding, and respect for one another, knowing that it is through such collective efforts that we can truly fulfill the potential of our community. And in closing, we ask for thy blessing and comfort for our neighbors who may be suffering from mental, physical, or financial disabilities. Cheer them and bring them a blessing of health and happiness. Amen.
Amen.
And now with hand over heart, please join me in our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. O'Brien. Okay, do you have approval of the minutes?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of Thursday, August 24th, 2023.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We have no public comments tonight. Do we have any correspondence? No, sir. All right, moving to pending new legislation, starting with Resolution 87.
Yes, I offer Resolution 87, 2023 for its second reading by title only.
Resolution opposing H.R. 3372, a U.S. House of Representatives bill to amend Title 23 of the U.S. Code to establish a pilot program concerning certain six-axle vehicles operating on the interstate highway system.
Thank you. Resolution number 88.
I'd like to make a motion for Resolution 88, 2023 to be read for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
A resolution accepting the amounts of rates as determined by the County Budget Commission, authorizing the necessary tax levies and certifying the same to the Summit County Fiscal Office.
Director Veras.
Thank you, Mayor. These amounts and rates are exactly the same as last year.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, what is your pleasure?
I move that we pass and post Resolution 88, 2023 according to law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Resolution 88 carries. Resolution 89.
I move to offer Resolution 89, 2023 for its first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution authorizing the mayor to complete and execute preliminary legislation as required by ODOT, giving consent for ODOT's resurfacing of certain pavement along State Route 2 for project SUN SR 0082, PID number 110669.
Director Gelati.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Next year, ODOT plans to resurface State Route 8, starting at Route 8 and heading west into Sagamore Hills. This piece of legislation allows ODOT to perform the extremely small part of that project that actually lies within Macedonia.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
And that'll be from Route 8 to about Aldi, right?
Correct.
It's a large stretch. Thanks. And what's your pleasure?
I move to adopt Resolution number 89, 2023 and post the same according to law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution 89 carries. Ordinance number 90.
I'd like to offer ordinance number 90, 2023 for its first reading by title only.
An ordinance amending section 161.18 of the codified ordinances of the city of Macedonia relative to certain employee benefits.
Director Gaddetti.
So the ordinance, as mentioned in work session, currently applies to non-collective bargaining members of the police and fire departments, whether it be full-time or part-time. This expands it out to include non-collective bargaining employees in the service department, and will likely be adding to it in the future, which is why we're just asking for a first read tonight.
Thank you. Ordinance number 91.
I make a motion to read ordinance number 91, 2023, first, second, and third reading by title only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
An ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement for the purchase and installation of new HVAC systems from Wadsworth Solutions through Omnia Partners Cooperative Purchasing Program for the City of Macedonia Recreation Center.
Director Chaddick.
Thank you, Mayor. This will be to have the purchase of equipment and installation for new HVAC units. It'll be 6 to be replaced at the rec center to replace the original units that are now going to be hitting 24 years old. This has been a project we've been researching for the last 2 years, since the summer of 2021. So we're excited to move forward with this and looking to have this work put in now. We have an estimated 6 to 8 month window of time until we will actually receive the units and get the work completed. So we would definitely like to get that project moving as quickly as possible.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, what is your pleasure?
I move that we pass and post ordinance number 91, 2023 into law.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ordinance number 91 carries. Any other motions or legislative actions? Hearing none, I'll move into the mayor's report. The August 2023 revenue for mayor's court is $44,215. A couple updates. Crumble Cookings is slated to open in October. So I know there's a lot of excitement surrounding crumble cookies. I like them myself. Not the best thing for me if I'm trying to lose weight, but you know, they're good and everyone loves them. And I'm sure a lot of the high school students will love those as well. If you're looking for some free Akron Zoo tickets, you can get them. You go to akronzoo.org/community days. Free tickets to the zoo, not a bad gig. So if you want to go to the zoo for free, check out that website, get yourself some free tickets. Seniors, if you want to sign up for free gutter service cleaning, snow plow, and trash pickup, you can call the finance department to see if you're qualified. We also have information on our website, macedonia.oh.us. It'll let you know it's for the threshold level of a certain number of dollars that you bring in each year. So if you look at that, you could find out if you qualify for that. Another great service we have for our seniors that are in need. I want to point out another thing. We do have tables and chair rentals. It's a very popular program. Director Wilson will attest that it's used frequently. It's $25, as many tables and chairs as you want. You can go to our website again, macedonia.oh.us, under the service tab. It'll give you the information about that and how you can rent them, and if they're available, $25, not a bad deal. Last but not least, please don't drive distracted. Coming here on October 3rd, the new laws are coming into effect and fruition. Anyone who knows me, and if you've ever listened to me here, you know that I'm a big proponent of not driving distracted. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to do. It's very dangerous and puts people's lives at risk. What I want to announce today is that Macedonia will be a zero tolerance community. That means zero. If you are on your phone, you're likely going to get a ticket. So I would recommend that you keep yourself safe, you do the things that are right, and concentrate on the road, because we don't want you to endanger yourself or anyone else on the road while you're driving. So put the phones down, concentrate on the road, and please do the right thing. It's just a safe thing to do. The distractions are too much.
How do the laws apply to being at a stoplight?
You'll have to read through that. I don't want to dictate that, because I know it's just a little bit of confusion with that.
I think we can stop behind a lot of people not going lately. I had to honk my horn at them.
My guess is once it's implemented, the General Assembly is probably going to come back and amend the legislation. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's a little convoluted on that aspect of things, but I can say if you're moving in your vehicle and that phone is in your hands, you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing. So that's...
Maybe.
Well, that's all I have to say about that. That's the end of my report. Committee reports.
Parks and Rec Commission, our next meeting will be next Wednesday at 6 o'clock upstairs in the rec center. End of my report.
Okay, department reports, starting with Director Wilson.
Thank you, Mayor. We're making a big push to get streetlights done before the winter.
almost 70 streetlights repaired in the months of July and August. I think it's something that sort of has waned in the past from what I can tell. It's just a big thing to me. I think it's so important to the safety of the city. You know, I tell my guys, like, you know, a dark street's a dangerous street. It's kind of something I've been trying to push, and just trying to put that at the top. I know there's always other things that we can be doing, and they're like, well, we got this and we got that, and I'm like, look, streetlights got to go to the top. It's important. So it's a big thing we've been pushing lately. Leaf machines are on order. Should be here. I just talked to the guy today. Should be here like July of 2024. It's going to take a little bit of time, but that's still exciting. Leaf season will begin October 16th. This year, there's going to be a few changes, nothing major. Just trying to change the website up a little bit. So just keep an eye on the website as far as leaf season goes. I'm sure we'll be talking about that quite a bit as the months ahead. And finally, culvert replacements, we are wrapping those up, finishing our last few here. So as far as culvert replacements go, any new ones will be pushed till next year. So again, we'll update the website on that. So that's all.
Thank you. Director Gelati.
Yeah, thanks, Mayor. Road paving is now complete on Newport, Elizabeth, River Run, Lancewood, Fairlane, Janes, South Melody, Golden Link, and Valley View Road down at the south end of town. So I know that everyone will enjoy the new roads. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Chaddick.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Director Gelati, for the new roads, because I really enjoyed riding my bike today before council on the nice new fresh road. It was beautiful. Council, thank you for approving the HVAC units. I can tell you they're already in production. I already sent an email, so we're good to go. They'll be here before the leaf machines. If not, I'll be looking for a new job because we won't have AC in the building anyway. So that'll be the future of the Parks and Rec Department. We're excited about the upcoming fall. Sports are in full swing right now. We start week 2 right now of soccer and football. We have record highs again in registration, so we're really excited about that. We've done a great job through Sam Edgar and Brad Wisniewski of programming and also getting the marketing out and being able to expand to work with our youth organizations. So we're really happy with the work that they've done to really progress this forward. The ball fields are going great. They're still packed. We had our first season of fall t-ball just start. We've never done fall t-ball before, and we had 44 kids signed up, so that was really impressive to see for year 1. Fall Fest is next weekend in Longwood Park, 4:30 to 9:30. There will be lots of food and beer, and wine as well. There's a couple wine vendors that'll be coming as well, so make sure you get out to Longwood Park between 4:30 and 9:30 to have some fun, enjoy the festivities, and there'll be some food trucks there as well. And that concludes my report.
You forgot the most important part of all that. What game will you be displaying there during that festival?
We don't show games during events.
Yes.
You're showing the game, right?
I don't even know who they're playing.
The Buckeyes will be displayed while you're there. I was hoping they'd be playing that terrible team, Penn State, but, you know. Not a dig at anybody here.
You're joking.
Director Veras.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's Notre Dame?
That's going to be a big one.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to report, I'm happy to inform everyone I was invited to be a speaker at the Treasurer's upcoming CPIM conference in October. It's a conference geared towards, CPIM stands for Center for Public Investment Management. So it's usually geared towards investing and talking about money, which gets boring after time. So they're trying to expand their horizons, and they're talking about economic development and the finance director's role in that. So my name was given to them, and I'm going to be one of the speakers.
That's awesome. I'm sure you use a lot of brevity in your speech, too.
Yes.
Director Collins.
Thanks, Mayor. I was actually invited to sit out at this table tonight, so I mean, that's exciting.
Congratulations, Kyle.
34 help desk tickets, not much else going on other than the projects I've been working on. Thanks, end of report.
Let me go close the door to the sound that we missed.
There we go.
Commissioner
I'll go back in the
Rodick.
closet now, bye.
Commissioner Rodick.
Thank you, Mayor. We've received 5 new building permit applications for Phase 4 in Spruce Hill Crossings, and we've issued 3 occupancy permits in Phase 3. So we're going to have 3 new families moving into the city very soon. As the Mayor mentioned, Crumble Cookie's moving right along, so is TJ Maxx. And we're going to see some exterior work occurring real soon at the Nordstrom's Florida site. They've got the shell to prepare before they start getting into the interior finish. That's all I have. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Director Smith.
Thank you, Mayor. HR is really busy. In our last quarter of the year, we're working on drug-free workplace programs, which everyone knows that training is going on now. We have safety training that will be starting next month, and that will also be online for this year. We also have our virtual health fair along with our on-site biometric and flu shots that will be taking place about mid-October. And that'll keep us busy along with our insurance renewals. End of report.
Thank you. Assistant Chief Zelinski.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I just want to thank our communications specialist, Christy Young. She's been keeping the fire department and our senior program, the MacMobile, and people informed. So I want to thank her for doing that. The only thing I have is a change from the last meeting, the time for the open house, which is October 10th during National Fire Prevention Week, and it'll be from 5 to 8. And we'll continue to talk about that. That is all, Mayor.
Thank you. Chief Yakupovich.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm happy to announce on September 25th, we'll have a new police officer starting with us. This person is going to be our school resource officer for the high school. This has been a long search. Everybody knows that, so we're happy to have this person come aboard. And I also wanted to just congratulate Director Guidetti. I don't know how many people know this, but he recently argued a case in front of the Ohio Supreme Court, and he has recently learned that they sided with his argument. So congratulations, Mark.
That's awesome, Mark.
Well, I guess that just trumped Mr. Veras, didn't
It depends if he tells us in his report what it was about.
Director Guidetti.
I was suing a city, too.
Lawyers.
Oh, boy.
We're glad to have you on our side.
I have no report other than to mention the 9150 Valley View property that the city recently acquired. As part of the obligations we have to the Ohio EPA, some of that remediation work is going to be taking place next week from BGM, the environmental contractor. So expect to see them out for a day or two. Other than that, no report, sir.
Thank you. Any unfinished business? Any new business?
I move to enter into an executive session pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1 to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public official or employee, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee or official, and G5 to consider matters required kept confidential by federal law or regulation or state statutes.
Oh, second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Grant?
Yes?
Mr. Finley?
Yes.
Mr. Groves?
Yes.
Mr. Ventura?
Yes.
Okay, we will come back out to adjourn, but I don't.
Are you just gonna do?
I'm going to also ask Chief Yakupovich to join us and Director Guidetti.
Agree. Go ahead.
I make a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Adjourned.
Good deal.